Welcome to the Northern Magpie. My name is Karen, and on this channel we talk mainly about crochet, amigurumi to be specific. If you haven't been here before, welcome, and if you have been here before, then welcome back. It's great to have you. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I've been up to this week, some successes, some failures, but yeah, let's get started with what I think is one of the most adorable patterns that I've ever seen. And when I saw the pattern release notice go by on Instagram, I had to get it right away and start it. And that is the Everbloom. That's these three girls right here. There's three parts to the pattern. The pattern is by, I don't know if I'm going to be able to say this properly, but Iris Cecile, I think. I got the pattern on Etsy. These three girls, they have the same body. Here, let me grab one. This is the first one I did. So she's a little bit wonkier than the other two. But this is Marie the Garden Rose, I believe is the name. And all three of these I did in Sweet Snuggles Light with a 5mm hook. So they were a little smaller than they would have been if I'd done them with the Bernat blanket, which is what I usually use. But I have to say, working with the Sweet Snuggles Light was just amazing. It flows like butter over your fingers when you're crocheting with it, and I think it's my new favorite yarn, even if it does shed. So this is Marie, and she's got the 3 rows of petals that you surface crochet on. There's no sewing other than the embroidery in these patterns. You do the leaves first, and then you crochet the body up to the neck and crochet the leaves in. Then you crochet the head back to here, and you surface crochet the petals on afterwards. So I'll give you a little bit of a close-up. Like I said, her face is a little bit wonky because this is still pretty new technique to me. So that's her. She's the first one that I did. The second one that I did is this one here. This is Astrid, the Gerbera Daisy. And I did a little bit better job on the embroidery on this one. And then she's got 2 rows of big petals and then 1 row just around the face. I think she calls them florets. So there you go, that's Astrid. And all 3 of these have 12mm eyes. So that's her. And then this one is the one that I just finished actually this morning. I did the embroidery on her this morning. And this is, I believe the name is Soliv, S-O-L-I-V. And she's a daffodil. So she's got the row in the back with the 3 big petals, and then she's got a second row with 3 big petals, and then just the little florets around the face. So I really enjoyed doing these ones. There's so much character and personality, and it's just amazing the effect that just a little bit of face shaping has, just to bring out some life, basically. So I got this pot at Walmart on clearance, and I thought it was the perfect way to display these 3 little girls. So there they are. If you are subscribed to my channel, then you've probably been getting notifications every day about the 50 birds in 50 days challenge that I'm doing. At the moment, as of filming right now, I did day 16 this morning, but I'm just going to show you up to day 14. I'll do seven a week. I'll show you. So we got up to number 7 last time. So number 8 was the peregrine falcon, which is this little one here. And the pattern calls for dark gray or black. I decided to try the dark gray, but after I did it, it didn't seem like it was dark enough to me. So I decided to try and make it in the black as well. So there's the black. So we have twins. So those 2 are day 8. And I finally managed to find a decent way to display them for now. It's going to fill up pretty quickly. I think I can add another couple of shelves here and maybe get all 50 on there. And if I can arrange some way to raise, so put some kind of riser in the back so I can do 2 rows and you can still see them all, maybe I can squeeze some more into that space. So yeah, so day 9 is the American Robin. And it's funny, my kids now, every time they come for breakfast in the morning, they look for the bird that's sitting on the island, because I always do my bird when I first get up in the morning. I get up before everybody else. So I get up, I make my coffee, I sit in my chair, and I make my bird. So by the time everybody else gets up, I've already made the bird, and the bird is just sitting there waiting. And so this is day 10, the green budgie. And there's also a blue budgie in the pattern set. But there are so many different colors of budgies that I kind of feel like making a couple more, like maybe making one with a little bit of blue. I don't know. So we'll see. I might play around with that. So day 11 is the North Island Brown Kiwi. And this one I was a little underwhelmed with when I first finished him because he's just kind of all the brown. And then I realized that I hadn't crocheted these little feathers on the top of the head. And then when I did that, he just became adorable. It's the touch that he needed. So that's him. The next one, day 12, is the Baltimore Oriole. And these guys are just so much fun to do. I really need to figure out how to do my color changes so that I don't get this kind of thing happening beside the bauble. I'll have to do some research and see if I can fix that. Day 13 is the duck, the little duckling. So this is the Pekin duck chick. And he's so cute. Every time I finish one of these guys, I look at him and I'm like, oh, this one's the cutest. And then the next day I finish another one. Oh, this one's the cutest. And so this is day 14, and this is the Roseate Spoonbill. And I really like how this pattern made the beak extra long. It really gives the, I find it really gives the feeling of the extra long beak of the spoonbill. So yeah, there we are, up to 14. I had to find another way to display them because I'll put up a picture of the way that I had them before. I just had them kind of sitting on my bookshelf. And every time my sons would come down and they'd look at the bird in the morning, they'd go and then they'd put the bird up on top of the shelf. And we actually yesterday started a 3rd row stacked. And I thought it's only going to be a matter of time before we're going to have an avalanche of birds. So this I think is going to work. We'll see. So that's basically all that I finished this week. Actually, there's a couple other things that I did finish, but they're pattern tests and they're not released yet, so I can't show those yet. I spent quite a bit of time this week working on making my own eyes and trying different techniques. This is where the failures come in. Not failure, learning experiences. I did learn a lot, but I'll show you, I'll give you an idea of what, here, I'll take the, this is one of the sets of eyes that I made this week. I wanted to try using polymer clay slices set in resin. So this is one set of eyes that I finished, and I was pretty happy with how those came out. That's one of the successes. I also tried just using some glitter paint and metallic paint to see what I could come up with. So this is just glitter paint and metallic paint together. So that turned out fairly well. And this is the third successful pair of eyes. And these are just little polymer clay slices put in resin again. And then these ones I also put some paint behind them, some glitter paint, but you'll see that in the video. I won't show you the failures here because you'll see them in the video, but learning experiences, not failures. A couple other things that I worked on this week. I have, I think I mentioned in my last video, I have a fairly large whip in progress, and I want to keep it a secret, so I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'm just going to show you like a little bit of it. This is just a little part, and this is going to be big enough that I actually ended up ordering some 50mm eyes for this. I think this is what I'm going to need, so stay tuned. But this is going very slowly because the yarn is, let me show you how thick this yarn is. This is how thick the yarn is. It's the same thickness as my thumb. And I am using a 12mm hook, and I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should have used a 15 or an 18mm hook, if maybe that would have gone a little bit better, but we'll see. I've come this far, I'm not going back. I still have Wisp the Wendigo Dragon in progress. I actually took a break from him to make these girls because I couldn't resist them. And I have another project that I was working on this week that I'll tell you about, and it's not crochet related. I don't know if I mentioned in any of my previous videos, but one of the things that I've done a lot over the years is I've customized My Little Pony dolls. So basically what you do is you take the My Little Pony figurine, either the smaller one or the bigger ones, and you strip off all the paint that's on there, repaint it, whatever color you want, redo the eyes, add any markings, anything like that, any other little bits, and you redo the hair. I forgot to mention that when you're prepping it, you actually take out all the hair. You don't have to. Some people don't. Some people just use the hair as it is and just add little things to the pony. I usually take the pony right down, strip it completely, take off the hair, take off any paint. Some ponies have a little gem in their side, and if they do, usually I'll take that out as well. But most of my ponies I don't have anymore. I have sold them over the years. I have a couple. I have this one here is one of the big ponies. This is called the Style and Size, and this guy actually got damaged. He's supposed to have armor on all 4 legs, and he actually fell, got knocked down. As I recall, I believe it was my cat. And this piece of armor that was on this front leg broke. And the rest of the armor was made by sculpting the leaves in polymer clay, making a mold, and then casting resin in the mold. So for me to replicate it and fix it is almost impossible. So he is a part of my collection now. So that's that one. And then the other one I have that I made, it was made for a contest where the theme was animal. So I decided to make a frog fairy. So I cut off the back of the pony and resculpted the back in frog legs. These wings were made from fantasy film and wire and resin. And then I sculpted her a little hat, little lily pad hat as well, also out of polymer clay. And then this hair was, I rerouted that hair and curled it as well. So the project that I was working on this week is actually a commission. It's for a pony based on the Lollipop Pony by Lisa Frank. So I actually have 3 of them in progress because the first one that I made was so popular. I thought, well, if I'm making one more, I might as well make 3 more because it's very labor intensive as far as the painting goes. And this is the pony in progress. So you can see all of those little dots were individually painted. And this is what the pony looks like halfway through the rehairing process. And the reason there's a pin stuck in her head is because I put the pin in the hole to widen up the hole, so then I can put the needle holding the hair in without, hopefully without the needle breaking. So this is the one that I have in progress. This is what I was working on this week. I got her hair halfway done. I just need to finish rehairing her and then curl the hair, and then she'll be all done and ready to go off to her new home. And since I mentioned I was doing 3 of them, these are the other 2. There's this one. Well, she's got something wrong with her neck. Her neck isn't sitting on properly. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. And then there's the baby one as well. Yeah. And I'll insert a clip here just showing you quickly some of the other ponies that I've made over the years. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.